and welcome to Nostalgia Sunday. This is a series where I want to show you some old school games, like games that I have played a long time ago and that really make me feel nostalgic, and hopefully make you feel nostalgic. We will be starting with one of my favorite games of all times, which is Knights and Merchants. This is an old school RTS game, RTS or simulation game, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, it's one of my favorite games. It's something I played when I was just a little kid, and I still play it to this day, from time to time. So I'm playing the Steam version, which sadly only allows me to play it in German, so be warned about that. And yeah, without much talking around, we will just get into some gameplay. The whole purpose of this series is just to show you off some old games and maybe show you some games that you want to play at some point yourself. Games that you will maybe enjoy or maybe not, but mostly just show you a bit of nostalgic gameplay. So, like I said, this is an RTS game, so we will be building our own base, from where we can recruit more troops, build more resources, and generally where the most of the gameplay is evolved around. For that purpose, we will start off with just our basic storage room, where we have quite a lot of materials already. This is the second mission in the campaign, so it's not particularly hard. And you start out with quite a lot of resources. So let's start building. As you can see, when you build a new building, you will have to place it at a certain point where it fits, and then your workers will do the rest. You cannot command any of them directly to do something. They will just carry out the task based on a priority system. For now, as you can see, the first priority they have is to build a street which will connect the new building to the storage room. This will allow resources to be carried towards the storage room, towards the new building, which will be our schoolhouse. We can then recruit new workers, new helpers, and generally where we'll get every person we need for our new city. We start out with a small contingent of troops, which we will have to use to defend our city against early enemy attacks, since it will be quite a while before we can produce our own new troops. So, while we wait for the schoolhouse to finish, I will just tell you a bit of the basic gameplay. Like I said, you have quite a lot of resources which you can use for different things. You basically have your standard materials like wood and stone, which will be used to build most of our buildings, and which you can sometimes just get by building something to produce a stone, like here. This is something we can harvest. But for example, wood is the first example where you have to make a two-step producing system. You will first have to cut the wood, or just the trees, and then we'll have to further work on them to make them into wood that you can actually use to build buildings, which is something I'm going to show you soon. First up, we have to build this, so we can actually build more things. And be warned, this is a very slow game. A lot of the time we would just wait around while the AI does most of the work. And you will not be doing that much. But it's a game I really like just for that reason. It's a really, really relaxing game for me. It's something I usually play in the background when I'm watching a series, or when I was a kid I was playing it while doing my homework, because there's a lot of time where you actually don't have to do anything. You can just sit around and watch them build your city, which is quite relaxing, I find. Now that our schoolhouse is finished, we will have to build a tavern. The tavern is really important for your settlement. Really, really important. For a simple reason. As you can see here, each person in your city has a stamina bar. This stamina bar will show you how long he can keep working or just standing around until he has to eat something. If his stamina bar is low, he will go to the next tavern and try to eat something. If he can't find a tavern, or if there's no food left, he will starve and he will die at some point. So you actually have to keep their food production up. You have to have sufficient number of taverns where they can actually go and get food, which is like the most challenging aspect of this game, I find sometimes. To make sure that the idiots are going to the right tavern and getting enough food. But for the early missions it's not that bad, simply because yeah, you have a lot of wine already and you have a lot of bread, so, and sausages, so you're fine for now. But you still will have to produce some of your own food later on. You will unlock new buildings every time you build something, so yeah, it's a step-by-step system. Something different though counts for your troops. As you can see here, they also have a stamina bar, but they will not go to a tavern. You actually have to give the order to feed them. Here, it's in German, but it basically means if you press this button, then your workers will attempt to bring food to your soldiers. And then the stamina bar will replenish and will drain over time again. So you have to keep an eye on your troops, but you will get a notification here if they drop too low. So now we have our school room, where we could produce some more dudes if we want to. Basically, you have to train them using gold. Gold is something you later on will have to produce on your own by mining it and then further harvesting it. But for now, we have plenty. So this notification basically tells me that the enemy is about to attack me. So yeah, this is why I took up this position, just so I'm in a defensive position. Have my archers on the side and ready to shoot the enemy, and then just let them run into my troops. At the moment I have two kinds of troops. I have my basic militia, which are not great troops at all. They are really not that good, but they are cheap. They don't really use any resources. They just need an axe and a recruit, and they're your basic infantry. I have archers, which are slightly more armored than my militia, but they're ranged, so they can't really fight in melee, and axe fighters, which are your basic infantry, really. They have armor and a shield, which makes them better than the militia, but they are not that great either. But they are still, like I said, better than the militia. So now our tavern is finished, which will provoke our workers here to bring food to the tavern. Everything in this game needs to be done by your workers. Like, there's no way, like, if you have wood, then the building will just get built. You actually have to wait until your workers get the wood and stone towards the building. Same counts for the tavern. They first have to deliver the food to the tavern before anyone can eat there. So, now that we have tavern, we get to make get our first resource buildings, which will be for stone. We will get 2 of those right away. Again, we will have to make a road, just so everyone can bring the resources to it, and we will also build up more roads, just so they don't get stuck everywhere. We'll get a few more workers, and also a few more of these, just so everything goes a bit faster. Still no enemy yet, but they should be here soon. Someone is done. Yep, another worker. And we can also already start the 2 guys who will be responsible to producing our stone. Basically, these are mines, which will make it so that if someone like this miner comes over here and starts working in the buildings, they will run over here and start mining the stone, then bring it back. Further and then just cutting it into blocks that we can use to build buildings or streets. Yep. Here comes the enemy. As you can see, the combat is pretty simplistic, but it's still fun. They're attacking with cavalry and standard X fighters, which is fine. We should have more than enough to beat this problem, since we have archers and they do not. Archers are really powerful in this game, believe me. They're really good. Without the archer support, my militia would never have stood a chance against all of this. This way, they're doing just fine. This attack should be beaten back pretty soon. And they're still building roads. This is fine. Probably should have waited until this finished before I started building more roads, but I want to get them done, because otherwise they will just get stuck on the road a lot, which is really annoying. But while I'm at it, I can already start producing some more dudes I will use in the future.
Yeah.
And also I can start moving up over here. I already know it's this mission, so I already know that I can now get into a good defensive position over here. This bridge is a natural choke point where the enemy will have to pass to attack me, so I can just stand here and block it with my dudes. So the archers can shoot anyone who tries to cross the bridge, which makes it a pretty good defensible position. Like I said, this is only the second mission, so yeah, the bridge is just your safe point. You can just defend it and build up as much as you like over here, and you will always be pretty damn safe, which is nice. Like I said, this is a game where oftentimes you actually don't have to do anything. You just wait around while everything is developing, and I find that really relaxing. Also, for a game that old, I actually really like the graphics. Like, I really like the art style of the game. Like the different models of every unit. The way they're moving. I actually really like that. And that's for me what Nostalgia Sunday should be all about. Just showing you old games that are, to this day, still good, at least I think so. And you have just relaxing and just giving me this feeling of nostalgia, which I really like. I don't get to play old games a lot anymore, because a lot of them just won't work anymore on Windows 10, which is really badly sad for me. Like, I have quite a lot of old games still on disc, which, like, long before Steam was a thing, but I just can't play them. Just nothing I can do. Let's get these things going. This building is basically responsible to plant new trees, and also harvesting the trees that are here, giving control over them, and just providing me with wood that I can then use to get this wood, which I can then use. So basically, these buildings give me just trees, which I can then further produce to wood that I can actually use to use buildings, which is good.
Yeah, bereit. Yeah.
I should probably pull back, because I will have to feed these guys soon. So I will just pull them back for now. The vision in this game is quite simple. Once you have seen something, you will always have vision upon it. There's no fog of war or something like this. So you can just scout ahead, and then you will always see what the enemy's doing. Which is actually not a bad strategy. Sometimes you just send a single cavalry unit into the enemy base just to try and see what they're doing and be warned of any attacks.
Zu Befehl! Ja! Ja! Gerne. Ich höre.
Let's just wait until I have brought all the wood over here. Then I need to build this on the buildings, so the workflow is not disrupted too much. Which should be now.
Ja!
And now let's
Essen fassen.
give our soldiers some food.
Ja! Essen fassen.
These guys probably could have been a while without food still, but then I would have to do it with every unit, so I'll just do them all at once. Makes it easier to manage. Where do I want to place it? Do I want to place it here? Nah, that's way too central for this kind of building. Let's place it over here. Just keep on building up the road. Making it 2 fields wide is just makes it way easier, simply because they will block each other if they try to walk in the different directions. So making it 2 fields wide will just prevent that, because they will have the space to dodge each other, which is makes things just a little bit easier. I keep forgetting that though. But it's fine. I like this game. Like, it's not that complicated of a game. It's pretty simplistic, but still have enough depth to keep me interested. Even though it has, like I said, a really slow start, but once you're into it, you will have enough to do, manage and keep building your city. And once you're at the point where you just can start to produce soldiers, you can build up your army and fight the enemy. Keeps the interest. Look at this guy.
Ja?
He's cutting some trees. Bring them over here. See? I'm already looking where I can build my next buildings I can produce after this is finished. I don't even know what what I should talk about right now. It's just, like I said, for me this game is so relaxing. I'm just sitting here watching them do their things. It should be the entire point of Nostalgia Sunday. Like, I don't want to make this like some power gaming guide thing or something. Just sit back, watch some old gameplay footage and relax. That's all I want to do here. And games like this, old RTS, really cater to that. Like, I don't have to do anything. I can just watch and appreciate a good old game. Like I said, I'm playing the Steam version, so there are a few things that are different to the original game. Like, I'm pretty sure there was no fish in the original game, at least not in the first one. I think with the when the second campaign was introduced, which I didn't play at the time, there were a few things added which are now in both campaigns, but still, it just makes things a little bit easier. Now I have to think a bit in which direction do I want to expand. Could expand this way, but I kind of want to get my farms up and running down here. So I think I will keep building in this direction for some things and just keep my old farm thing, which I can build next, down here. I will not play the entire mission. I can show you how this all looks an hour into in the second save file which I made specifically for this. This is just to show you a bit of gameplay.
So dienst! Sofort!
Get these guys back up to formation, top of this hill. There won't be another attack for a while, but it's fine. Now you can see how the trees are being further worked into wood, which is good. And I will get 2 wood per tree, which is fine. Now that this is done, I have a few options what I could do next. What I usually like to do, first of all, is to get my wine production going. Wine counts as food in this game, so I can build this right now. And it has the benefit that it doesn't need any additional steps. You can just build this, few wine fields. Or grapes, I think, is it? Yes, the English word. So a few fields for your grapes, and that's your wine production done. It will just produce the wine. Doesn't need a second step like wood does. Just build this and you have some food at least. Makes this a great early building. Just to get it started right away. Right away. Get some food. Which is good. You will need some wood to get the fields going, but that's usually not a problem. I have plenty of wood right now that I can use. Let's get a few more workers in, so it goes a bit faster. See, fields are getting built. And since this does not require any additional steps, I will just put it on the side so it can go directly to the storage and to the tavern. I could have put it somewhere over here, but I want to build something else here, and this would just interfere and block the road, so I'm not going to do that. Because this is, like I said, it just produces wine. There's nothing to it. No second step or anything, so just a nice simple building. Here you can see the workers are eating, which is fine. I have more than enough food. They will always eat 2 pieces, like mostly just bread and sausage if nothing else is there, and wine, yeah, that's the last resort. Problem is now that they all went to eat at the same time before it could be refilled, which is a bit sad, because they will be eating again soon.
Yeah.
Like this guy was just...
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy eats 2 things. Oh, it's almost full stamina bar.
Yeah.
This guy only eat 1, so he only has a bit more again, which is kind of sad.
Bereit. Halt.
Get into formation.
Ihr Befehl. Los.
What are you doing? Meh. Controls are a bit off sometimes.
Gerne.
It's a really
Zum
old
Befehl.
game.
Zum Befehl.
So-
Sofort.
It's fine. It's fine. You're getting used. You get used to it. The problem is now that they are just sitting here, and some of them are really close to starving actually. So I hope they will bring some wood over there eventually. Let's get 2 more. Speed it up a bit. Oh no, they are doing this first. That's just beautiful. Please get some wood over there, so the workers can go eat. Oh, you scumbags, your friends are starving over there. Bring them their wood so they can go eat. Oh, they're getting wood directly from here, which is fine. And they don't all block off the storage room, which is good. And there they go. No, you can see he is hungry. He will go eat now. Let's see what I can build here actually. I think we'll build more barracks over here. Have them nice and central, but not yet. Don't really need them at the moment. I'm not planning on producing troops right now. Don't even have. Do I have any weapons?
Yeah.
I have 5 bows, but no armor to equip them with, though. I can't really build any troops anyway. While we're waiting for this to finish up, we could already plan our next step, which will most likely be farms, like good old-fashioned farms, which will be starting to produce corn to make bread and stuff from it, which is really, really important this around here. And build another street around here. And then I will need some fields. Those fields I will just put on the side. Make them 3 tall and they should be fine. Those fields actually don't cost anything, they will just need to be dig up, and then the farmers can plant their seeds in there and produce corn. After that I will have to build a mill to actually work the corn into... now I don't know the English word. Yeah, to actually further work the corn and then make bread out of it. That's the basic principle here, just a 3-step work progress. And also I will need that to actually get some cattle and some pigs up to get leather for armor and also get meat, which is something you can actually regulate over here. This tab will show you all things you actually have to distribute, like for example your wood. There you have 2 options, one is for your armor smith and the other one is your weaponsmith. Which one should get what? For standard, the armor smith actually has higher priority than the weaponsmith, which I don't really like, so I'm going to change that around. Same goes for corn later on. You have your mill, where you produce your pigs and your horses. The mill has the highest priority because you need it for bread, which is fine. Then the pigs and then the horses, because they don't eat that much. So this is fine. Single enemy soldier. Don't know what he's doing there, but I don't really care at this point. And I think I have shown you enough of a basic here from this game, how the whole build-up process works. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to jumping into my file, which I have played over the last few days, just playing on and off a bit, where I already have built most of my stuff. What the fuck are you doing? Don't really know what he's doing, but it's single shows, so I don't really care. So let's jump into a different file. As you can see here, I'm already built up most of my stuff. Here you can see how the armor's produced, where I have to order what I want to be built, what I have built. So I have the choice of leather armor and wood shields, which are basic equipment for your axe fighters. Some spearmen, and here's my base army, which I'm building up right now. I just fended off an enemy attack, so I don't know what they have to, if they even have any troops left, so we'll just have to look out of this. Another thing I didn't show on the first try is these are fishing huts, where they will just basically give me fish, which is another form of food, which is nice. I have a second storage house and a second school over here, and also a second tavern, because here you can see the mill and the bakery, where you can just produce bread. Here you can see piggies, which are being fed and then slaughtered, also with grain, corn. The leatherer will choose leather for me from the hides of the pigs. And that's pretty much it. This is your basic settlement. In later missions you will have to also worry about iron and gold and all of that, which could require additional mining, additional buildings. But not in these early missions, this is just basic troops. Here you can see how I can actually produce troops. I need recruits for that, which I can also get here for gold, just like everything else. I'm going to actually build them. Gold, and then once they are done, they will run to the barracks, and inside the barracks I can then choose to equip them with whatever is available inside the barracks. So axes, swords, shields, spears and bows, and of course armor. So right now let's just build a few more axemen, which will then come out over here. They will automatically group into a small group,
Los jetzt!
which I can then attach to my larger division.
Verbinde!
I can of course also split them up again if I want to, but right now I'm don't really need to. And this is how your quote-unquote late game settlement would look. I pretty much have everything I need. At this point I only need to produce troops and then at some point attack. Because everything I really need is already here. So let's just push over the
Auf geht's!
river and see what we can find.
Yep. Los jetzt!
But I think I've already beat like no, there's still some enemies left. Oh, no, actually, not many of them.
Ich höre! Mit Vergnügen! Ihr Befehl?
Some bows defending.
Zu Befehl! Gerne! Los! Attacke! Ja!
There's still an militia in there.
Ja!
Don't really get challenged here. So let's just
Eure Truppen werden
attack the
angegriffen.
enemy. This should be over pretty soon.
Ihr Befehl? Hier nach!
Yeah, this fight's pretty much over. They didn't have any troops left after the last attack, so I win. Now I have to just destroy the enemy's limit and I win the mission. So,
Fand den Bogen!
while I start this, guys, I think I will end this first episode of Nostalgia Sunday. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it, if there's
Eure
anything
Truppen werden
I should
angegriffen.
change, if you want to see the entire mission or something, or more gameplay, or if there's anything else I should change up. But until then, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me down a like and a comment. Like I said, tell me if there's anything else you want to see, or maybe any other games I should be covering here. Any suggestions are always welcome. And if you enjoy my content, please consider giving me a sub. Until then, have a nice day.